Good boy everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and for today's video, I'll be comparing the Harden Volume 6 with the all-new Lebron 19 Dose. So let's find out which one's for you. So guys, if you haven't subscribed yet in this channel, please do so. Of course, like and click that subscribe button below, and of course, like I said, like it afterwards. And for today's video, I'm comparing these two. It is because it's kind of in the same tier and the cushion is kind of similar somehow. The Harden's has a full length boost while the Lebron 19 Lows has a react foam from the forefoot and a minor react foam here at the heel plus an Air Max unit. So before we talk about the cushion setup, let's talk about the uppers first. Of course, on the Lebron 19 Dose, it features this patent leather in the forefoot that is like a toe cap, and on the side it is a screen mesh which is soft, while the Harden's has this felt-like mesh which is also soft. And I was really surprised with the upper of the Harden's because I thought it would be stiff because it was kind of crunchy at first. It was kind of crispy, but after breaking it in and putting some sweat on it, it became a lot softer, and it's just a matter of maybe 30 minutes of run, then the material will become softer. And as for the support that you'll be getting out of the materials, lateral support, both have great lateral support for the upper. They don't stretch that much, especially on the Harden's. And the main difference between the two is the Lebron 19 Lows is kind of higher off the ground, but it's still very supportive. Lateral support is still great, but not as great as the ones on the Harden Volume 6, which is lower to the ground. And this blue piece here goes up and cages your foot and cradles your foot and gives you extra lateral support. So I would say the best lateral or the better lateral support between the two is the Harden Volume 6, but the 19s ain't that bad either because of this huge toe box here, and toe cap rather, so that when you're hitting your foot laterally, you don't slide off the footbed, which is nice. And this plastic piece here also cages your foot laterally. So I would say support-wise laterally, they're both pretty good. And as for durability of the forefoot area, I would say the Lebron's is a little bit better because of the leather is covering majority of the toe area, forefoot area. So durability-wise, it's really nice. While the Harden's, the felt material ain't that bad either. There's some fusing here around this lateral side, and on the middle side, the outsole goes up too. I would say both have good durability, but in terms of cleanliness, guys, look at the cleanliness. The Harden's picks up a lot of dust when something brushes off the upper, even a ball. The window here is open, so there's kind of dust present. And it's very dirty. I haven't cleaned this again, so it's really dirty. So I would suggest if you're getting a Harden's, get a darker color. But this colorway is really nice. You just have to clean it always after playing. As for the tongue part, it's a half booty, half tongue, but it's very easy to adjust your laces, the fit of the sneaker. As of the ease of wear, it's easier to put your foot in on the Lebron's because it's a lot lower around the ankle part, and this opens up a bit more compared to the Harden's, where the laces have this straps here that you need to loosen up so that you can put your foot in quickly. So I would say just a matter, not much difference on the lacing system. Now let's move on to the heel part of these two sneakers. So you can see this Achilles pillows on the Harden's are really huge. There's 6 Achilles pillows that is really thick, while the Lebron's ain't that bad either. They have 2 large Achilles pillows. I would say as for heel containment, the Harden's is a little bit better compared to the Lebron's, but the Lebron's, when you really tighten up this last 2 lace loop, then you're really contained on the shoe. There's no heel slippage on both. I would say they're both pretty good in terms of heel containment lockdown. And ankle support, both have nice ankle support because the cushion part of the Lebron goes up on the back part, while the Hardens also have an internal heel cup, and also the outsole goes up here laterally and cages your foot nicely on the heel. I would say both are pretty equal in that aspect. Heel containment are very good on both sneakers. Insoles on both, standard insoles. Now let's go to the cushion part of this two sneaker. Like I've said, full length boost on the Hardens, which is exposed on the medial side, which is caged on the lateral side. I would say the full length boost here in the Harden Volume 6 really reminds me of the 1s and the 3s. It's pretty good, it's very low to the ground. It has a nice impact protection in the heel for a very low profile sneaker. I would say this is a very low profile sneaker. You're very close to the ground. So if you want something like that, you would take the Harden over the Lebrons because the Lebrons React foam is a lot thicker. You would feel it when I was walking left shoe, Lebron's right shoe, Hardens, and I was kind of wobbling because of the height difference, of the thickness of the cushion. But if you want more cushion, more bounciness, I really like the implementation of the React foam here in the Lebrons. There's a nice bounce back in the forefoot, very nice impact protection in the forefoot, especially if you have knee problems. I would recommend the Lebrons more over the Hardens. And of course, around the heel, this huge Air Max unit on the Lebrons really gives you excellent impact protection. An Air Max unit really gives you excellent impact protection, and it's not too laggy, it's not too plush, so that the responsiveness of the Air Max is still there. So the cushion, I would say, on the Lebrons is really nice. I would prefer the Lebrons cushion over the Hardens, especially when I'm playing non-stop. But if you are playing a game that is really crucial or just playing a 60-minute game and you need a very responsive sneaker, the Harden is not bad either. As for heel-to-toe transition both, I would say they're pretty much equal, but I like the heel-to-toe transition on the Lebrons a little bit more because it has a better heel strike when you're running up and down the court, maybe because of the cushion setup too. While the Hardens, not that bad too. But if you want stability, I would say, surprisingly, they're both very wide on the forefoot, and you can see the Lebrons protruding a little bit more. This lateral outrigger is really protruding on the Lebrons. So that's kind of surprising. I thought the Hardens will be a little bit wider, but both forefoot part are really wide. Even the heel part are both wide. So I would say stability-wise on both are very good. Of course, the Hardens are lower to the ground, so you're more stable on the Hardens because you're closer to the ground. Now let's talk about the outsole of these two sneakers, herringbone on the Hardens, while the Lebrons have this knob pattern on the outsole, and this is translucent, while the Hardens is solid. The main difference between both outsoles is the Hardens grips a lot better compared to Lebrons. But the Lebrons, surprisingly, on this court and the previous courts that I played with, it was still gripping, but it doesn't squeak and grip as hard as the Hardens. I would choose the Hardens traction more compared to the Lebrons. And in terms of durability, the rubber compound on the Hardens are harder compared to the knobs of the Lebrons. I would say outdoor use, Hardens are a bit better, but the cushion of the Lebrons is better for outdoor. So it really depends on your choice. If you're playing every once in a while outdoor, I think the Lebrons will still be okay. But for daily outdoor use, Hardens, but the cushion is not as plush as the ones on the Lebrons. As for the weight of these two sneakers, I would say they're pretty much similar in weight. They're not too heavy around the foot. For the sizing on both, regular footers, true to size on the Lebrons, while the Hardens runs a bit big. This is a US 10, this is a US 11 for me. I'm a regular foot. So if you're a wide footer, half size down on the Hardens, while on the Lebrons, a half size up. As for the price, this is 8,500. This is 7,000 pesos, so this is a lot more expensive because it's a newer shoe too. But it really depends on your preference. If you want more cushion, of course, go with the Lebrons. But if you want a closer to the ground feel sneaker, and of course, grippier traction, the Hardens for you. So I hope I helped you guys out once again. Thank you for dropping by this channel. This has been MARKCHES once again. Thank you. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.